Our cherished KCC fam, thanks for taking some time just to hear this. Yesterday, we decided to change up from what we previously had scheduled for our weekend service this Sunday because we felt like God was leading us to do something different. We believe He's leading us to do a special creative element after the message. And we're asking you to prayerfully consider being a part. As many of you know, our community, our nation, it's hurting during this time. And as a Christ-following family, we cannot be silent. As a multi-ethnic family, we cannot be silent. And now more than ever is the time for us to mourn together, to stand together, and to be involved in change together. So stand with us. There's a song that is resonating deeply with a lot of folks. It's called Rose Petals. We encourage you to read the story and listen to the web link that we're providing below. But here's what the composer wrote about his intentions for writing the song. He says, if you were to see a dozen roses suddenly dropped without warning and the petals spread on the ground, you likely wouldn't look for a person to blame, much less blame the roses themselves. You would observe, feel, and respond to what you see. Who knows? Such beauty, just lost. In comparison, life is too precious. Blood is too precious. The human form is too precious for us to see it and create a narrative around what we see. Instead of weeping and asking God for mercy. My hope is that you hear this song while laying down your blinders and removing yourself from your tribe. And then he quotes the main lyric of the song. I'm asking you to look at all these roses. Say a prayer for all these roses. Shout and march for all the roses with petals on the ground. I want you to imagine the powerful visual of what we're proposing. Here it is. The entire rooftop, we want filled with believers of all ethnicities. So if you are an ethnic minority, we need you to be involved. Approximately 700 people spaced about 6 feet apart, with each one of us holding a rose and the photo of someone who tragically lost their life to injustice. All the while, we're singing this chorus, this simple chorus, pleading, just look at the roses. Look at all the roses with petals on the ground. Now here's some details of what it will involve. The who. Anyone over the age of 10 that can follow instructions and be committed. It could be just you, it could be with your spouse, your family, all of that is good. What to wear? Okay, so we value diversity, you know that, but be modest, but be you. However, we ask that you do bring and wear your face mask and wear reasonable shoes for traction. We're on the roof, so no high heels. What? We've talked about this a little bit. You're going to hold a photo and a rose. You're going to appear at a designated time in the song, and you're just going to sing a simple chorus. Now, when? We're asking that the commitment be for both services. Because of the amount of detail and the number of people involved, we're just unable to do anything otherwise. We hope you can do that. Time-wise, you'd arrive around 8:45. You'd come to the worship center, enter through door E, come to the worship center. Please don't be late because at 8:50, we will take everybody to the roof. Now, it's not a difficult journey, but it does involve being careful and 2 flights of stairs. Around 9 o'clock for about a half an hour, we'll give you your photo, your rose, instructions, tell you where to go, and then we'll rehearse. And then at 9:40, we all gather to pray and just surrender it to the Lord. 9:45, we will dismiss you back to the worship center where you can watch the service in a safe, socially distant setting. Now, this is important. You're not going to be able to participate in this element and watch the service from the drive-in parking lot. We just don't want a herd of people getting up and leaving and distracting as they go to the roof. Nor can you stay on the roof, as we want this element to be a surprise with a large number of people, so we can't have you in the camera shot. So you have to be in the worship center. And then around 10:45, someone will come up and they'll get you and you'll move to the rooftop. Around 11 o'clock, we'll present the song. Now, after the service, you can go as you please, but we just say, again, you have to leave the roof because we'll be in transition. And then we just ask you be back in the worship center for the noon service. And then we'll just repeat it again. There's a sign-up link there for you to go to Sign Up Genius and to put your name there and your commitment of how many people are going to participate. And we ask that you just do that. If you put your name there, please commit to it. And then we'll plan and we'll put the schematic and placement together from that. Lastly, we realize that this is a sacrifice of your morning. We realize this has some inconvenience. It's got some awkwardness to it, some downtime to it. But we encourage you to consider the costs and the potential impact of thousands of people. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, he says this. He says, silence in the face of evil is itself evil. God's not going to hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act. We can't do nothing. Many of you are asking, what can I do? This is an opportunity. And we're excited to see who the Lord will raise up to stand together in this. Maybe that's you. So I'm so thankful that you are prayerfully considering it. We love you so much. God bless.
Blood of my brother was spilled on the street. He was the rose that grew out of the concrete.